Hey y'all, I'm feeling really led to talk about resurrection and really the road to resurrection. It came to me last night, so as I'm about to go to work, I'm about to just drop this to y'all real quick. So, the road to resurrection is not one that's glamorous, it's not fun, it's painful, it's uncomfortable, but it reaps such a wonderful, wonderful, irreplaceable reward. I'm thinking about Jesus' death, burial, and resurrection. And salvation, it looks nice, it seems good when you're on top and everything, but I'm gonna tell you right now, resurrection is great, salvation is great, but I'm gonna tell you what's gonna be the process to it. Just looking at Jesus, it's going to require death. The road to resurrection is first going to require death. There's some things that have to die in your life. There's some people, places, thought patterns that must die. The very thing that makes you who you are probably has to die. And not only does it have to die, you have to die to some things. There's some places you can't go no more. There's some people you just can't hang around. There's some ways you used to move that you can't move no more. There's some things that have to die. There's some feelings that you have, some emotions that you have to let die inside of you. Or that you have to die too, you know what I'm saying? You have to release those things. And when I say death, I mean these things don't need to function anymore in your life. There's some people that you've been hanging around or clinging on to that you shouldn't be functioning with anymore. There's some places you shouldn't be functioning in. There's some spaces you really shouldn't be functioning in anymore. So it's going to require death. It's going to require death, and it's going to require burial. There's some things you're going to have to put out of your sight, out of mind. There's some things you're just going to have to really put away for good, and don't expect to ever see them again. And not only that, if you look at it from another angle, it's going to require us to be buried in a space that we really don't want to be. Like Jesus, when he was put in the tomb, you're going to have to be literally at rock bottom. You're put in a stone. He was put in a stone grave that reaches underground. So pretty much you're literally going to be at rock bottom. You're going to have to stay there for a little while too. That's the other part about the road to resurrection, because when you're rebuilding, when you're trying to get back to something or become something greater than what you were before, it's going to require you to be down for a while. And not just down for a while, but you're probably looking at yourself and like, man, why am I still here? Why am I still in this space? Like, why am I even, like, why are we still struggling with this? Like, why is if it ain't one thing, it's another? Like, why am I still here? Being down for a little while is one thing, but when you're down for some years, yeah, you're going to have to stay there. But don't get discouraged from staying in the down space, in that rock bottom, because you're renting that space. You're renting that season of your life. It's costing you something. It's costing you something, but it's a necessary cost. It's a necessary temporary cost, because you're not going to stay there. You're not going to stay there. If you prayed for resurrection, it's going to happen, but you're not going to stay in that space that you're in, that down space that you're in, that rock bottom space you're in. You're not going to stay there. You're going to get resurrected at the right time, but don't despise being down in that down space. But you are going to have to stay there. Jesus stayed there, for a night or two, and while you're down there, people are going to be celebrating your defeat. There's somebody somewhere twisted and angry at you who's going to thank God that you're down. Somebody's going to feel a sense of accomplishment with you going through that and being in that space. But don't let that deter you or discourage you from where you are. Some people say, oh, you shouldn't be there or whatever. No, you should be there. You should be at rock bottom. Rock bottom's good for you. It's going to show you how to move when you're at the top. Because on your third day, whatever your third day is, I'm not saying it's going to necessarily just be 3 days or 3 years of whatever, but on your spiritual third day, that's when God is going to resurrect you. That's when God is going to send some force to roll away whatever's been blocking you. The same way he sent angels to roll away the stone so Jesus could easily walk out of the tomb that he was in, that's what God is going to do for you. He's going to send somebody. He's going to send maybe just 2 angels, 2 people you don't even expect, 2 people you probably don't even know, 2 people, that, have really nothing to really gain from helping you, but they're going to, roll away something that's been blocking you from getting resurrected. Something that's been blocking God's power from hitting you and raising you up. So that's what's going to happen. That's the road to resurrection. It's really, really, really not pleasurable. It's not glamorous. It's not something that it's really not a process I don't think anybody wants to go through at all. But I'm going to tell you right now, the road to resurrection is a necessary process for a necessary, very, very desirable reward, which is being resurrected. Because some of us have been down for so long, and to be brought back up, not just brought back up, but to be brought back up shining. Because when Jesus got up out of the grave, his countenance was like lightning, his raiment was as white as snow. You're going to get up better than how you went down. That's why you have to go through this road, because however you were moving now, it just ain't good enough. It ain't cutting it. God is putting you through a process that's going to make you shine a little bit brighter, like what it says in Malachi 3, that he'll put the sons of Levi on top of refiner's fire to burn out all the impurities so you can shine just a little bit brighter, so that God, when he sees you, he'll see his reflection. He will see himself in your life. There's a reason for it, but you have to be brought down. You will be if you're down right now, if you see this video and you're down right now, he's going to resurrect you. I promise you he will, but it's a road to it. And the road might be longer than some. Be prepared for that. Your road to resurrection might be longer than some, but it's coming. It's not going to come when you want it to. Jesus's road to his resurrection didn't come when he wanted it to, because in the garden he said, "Let this cup pass from me." He didn't want to go through that. He didn't want to go through that type of pain. He didn't want to go through that type of process and struggle where he had to go through all the things we just mentioned, on top of having people talk about him and say all this horrible stuff to him. Nobody wants to go through that. Nobody does. But the truth is, it's going to have to happen for God's glory to be made manifest in your life, for God to see himself in you in ways that he's never seen himself in you before. There's a blessing on the other side of it. There's a tremendous reward. Being resurrected in the midst, and the crazy part is, also about resurrection before I get off, he's going to resurrect you in the midst of the people who are invested in you being killed. He's going to resurrect you in the midst of them. So all your haters, all the people who are going to be astonished, they're wondering like, I thought we had him. I thought we had her. I thought we could stop. You were just down for a little while. They thought they had you. They thought they won. But God always wins. And when he resurrects you, you can walk free. You can walk like you have a God who can turn back the hands of death in your life and bring you back to life, shining brighter than ever. That's how your countenance is going to be. That's how you're going to be. So my prayer is that God will bless you, and God will keep you, and God will resurrect you in this season. Y'all be safe. I love you so much. Talk to you later.